Well, I mean, that supports something I didn't want to say earlier before I had the information, but it's like people that represent tons of reputable people don't fucking act like that. Anybody that throws their weight around doesn't have
Joe,
shit
you've
to
been in
throw
the
around.
business long enough to know how a publicist acts.
Hey, Bill, you know, they call me Kid Showbiz where I come from.
Oh, from everywhere. That's what I heard.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere I
got a great YouTube video.
Do you?
Yeah. We got to whenever we go to take a break, I got to show you this.
When we take a break,
we're done.
Home time.
By the way, is anybody on Twitter?
Mr. got here fucking 5 minutes before the show was over.
Is Zach Levy on Twitter? Is he on Twitter?
That was the beginning of a trashing, and I totally avoided it.
I totally avoided it. Sorry, buddy. I apologize. I'm not paying attention to that. I'm very bad at it. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I wasn't going to trash you.
Come on.
I was trying to get
what you come in for.
No,
that's what I come in for. I'm saying it's what I
love Bill. I love Bill Burr.
I'm not buying this. He's setting me up for the overhand right.
I really do. I find you very...
His name is, it's ZACHARYLEVI at Twitter. He's a cool guy. Don't fuck with him. But his publicist...
don't fuck with him.
He was very cool, and he's a good actor, and, you know, I liked him a lot, but his publicist was really embarrassingly entitled and awful.
Yes.
He should know that. Maybe he doesn't even know that. She's awful.
Yeah.
By the way, me and Joe are going to have a little road trip driving down to D.C. We're going to be performing there tonight, actually.
Yeah.
At the, was it the Listener? I'm the worst. Listener Auditorium.
The Listener, what is it? It's going to be a listener there.
Are you a bad plugger?
I am the worst. No, you know what it is? You know, some people can't. People can't. We really just proved why I have. I love my publicist.
So do I.
After we're sitting here, I'm agreeing with you guys calling them chauffeurs. In the back of my head, I'm just feeling him going like, really? Is this how this son of a bitch feels?
Is that how he feels?
They're pushy by nature, which they have to be, but there's a lot. My publicist would never behave that rude. That's just rude, man. You say you threaten not to bring a client to a radio station?
Just to recap, how did you feel about Zachary Levi's publicist? Just for people who got here late.
Sum it up.
People who got here late.
Remember when De Niro in Raging Bull was being thrown in the jail cell? The way he was speaking to those guards, that's how I wanted to talk to her.
Yeah.
That's actually how she got in the fucking room. He was actually politer going into that than she was getting in. Poor Roland. What an atrocity.
You don't know where you're going because you don't know your history. You got to give it a 3
times I've come here, Roland has been wearing that same Bruce Springsteen
Those are the lemon dropping?
He is I was going to say, I would not be surprised if he owns 3 different ones. Like, dude, one of the greatest things I've ever seen is when I did this show for the troops, and Bruce Springsteen was there, and Roland was likes Springsteen more than you like AC/DC. He was floating. He couldn't even move. He was like paralyzed every time Springsteen walked by. It was fucking awesome to watch a man like him have a dream come true. You got a hug from him.
Wow.
Do you really like AC/DC?
I love AC/DC. Do you like them?
They're great, man. I think that they're very antiquated when it comes to their online business. They're really dumb when it comes to that. But as far as a band, they're kick-ass.
They are. You know what? I just saw the Rush documentary that came out last year, and I put all my Rush, the albums from the 70s on my iPod. And I've been going fucking crazy.
This whole Rush.
God, dude. I haven't listened to it in so long.
Yeah, it's because it was a pain in the ass, like, to just...
I never got into those guys.
You don't like the trees? There is unrest in the forest. There is trouble with the trees. The maples want more sunlight, but the oaks ignore their pleas.
Not one of the biggest hits.
I know, but that's a good one.
The Trees is a classic Rush song.
Great.
There is unrest in the forest.
It's no Limelight.
Is it really about trees?
Limelight.
Come on, Limelight.
Dude, they're the only band I've ever listened to that I still love, even after I heard this lyric. Who has come to slay the dragon?
Yeah, they really are just nerds.
Yeah, nerds. They're LARPers.
They talk about that in the documentary. They talk about, like, after their 5th album, they were like, we decided after that album not to do any more 20-minute songs that went through 5 parts about kingdoms and dragon slaying.
Fucking Renaissance fair shit.
Dragons are queers.
We get it.
They talk about playing one of their 20-minute fantasy epics for Ace Frehley, and they go, he just didn't get it. I'm talking about the culture clash.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know you like to fuck hookers and do blowaways? Let's do this 20-minute song about Frodo Baggins.
Hey, you know, I'm going to try to cram in everything I wanted to talk about. I was out in L.A., right, and I turned my TV on, and the show you got on here, the girl there with the leopard boots, had Wendy Williams. Had brought Richard Simmons out, and he comes out, all right, he's lost like 30 pounds. He's 61 years old. You know, you start to lose your elasticity, so you actually look better if you stay fat when you're old. And he comes out, dude, with those little candy striped shorts on and that tank top on, with his hair plugs from like 1983. He could see through.
You see through his hair.
It was fucking horrific, and it just made me think of like, you know, people who you go into show business, and some people are themselves, and other people are a character, so you have a costume. Yeah. Like, he might be at the top of the list. You know, Michael Jackson kept wearing the loafers and the short pants, and it starts to get embarrassing when you hit 50. He is 61 years old. I think he might be at the top of the list. I was even thinking like fucking Angus to a certain level, dude. Like that guy, when he's 60, dude, to still be wearing the schoolboy outfit.
Schoolboy outfit.
But my vote goes Richard Simmons.
With the little shorts and then the wife-beater tank top.
Oh, and his I used to be obese man tits, 61-year-old man tits peeking out the side. And he didn't even have his fake tan. He was a fucking mess.
And you did, like, that hair was this sparse, like shit. Somebody yesterday said it was like that little stuff that you throw in an Easter basket before you put the little chocolate eggs on it.
Richard Simmons and Gene Wilder. The only two people that have that hair on the fucking planet.
Gene Wilder tried to do a comb over with it.
Oh, man. Is there anything worse than old, fake, straight-haired Gene Wilder when he started flattening it down? It's the worst, man.
No, that's the funny thing about, like, when you watch those hair plug commercials and somebody, you always hear the guy go like, yeah, he goes, I wish I did this 10 years ago. It's like, no, you didn't.
If you did,
no, you didn't.
All you'd have had left were those plugs. All your other hair would have been gone, and you'd have had the...
No, that's why all these people who are getting plastic surgery, they're heroes. They're letting them practice on their face. Like all those real housewives that you see with their fucked up face, because when we're 80, we're going to actually be able to look 20 because of what they did to those people's face.
That's one more the doctor went and went, okay, I should have done this.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that Patton Oswalt joke that he did about when they were doing the celebrity? Remember they were doing that show where they make you look like a celebrity through plastic surgery?
How fucked up was that?
Patton Oswalt
permanent plastic surgery?
Yeah. Patton Oswalt had a joke about it where he goes, do you realize if they did this show 20 years ago, he's like, there'd be a guy on the table, and just as he was going under, he'd go, make me look like Gutenberg.
I don't even know who that is.
Steve Gutenberg.
Oh, Steve Gutenberg.
Because we have dudes walking around looking like John Oates.
Yeah, it really is kind of a time-sensitive little project you're going for there. God, that would suck.
Who would you pick? Who's the timeless celebrity? The one you could go...
Paul Newman.
Brad Pitt, right?
Cruz.
You couldn't go wrong, right?
I don't know. Could you?
Jerry Vale.
Who's the doctor? Who's the doctor in Cannonball Run?
That doctor.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Eli.
We're going to dislocate your orbital. You ever heard somebody threw a pencil at him? He got a pencil in his eye when he was a kid. Yeah,
he should thank that guy. It's made a career. He would have been the same without that eye. That eye is what made that guy.
Well, that's the great thing about show business. Everything that didn't get you pussy before you got into show business, when you get into show business, that exact thing is the thing that's going to make you huge.
What got you into show business?
Jamie Farr's nose. They probably pulled him around during lunch break.
Mike Tyson's tendency to rape.
Yeah.
Got him a lot of pussy in show.
Bad while you're growing up. Good once you're famous.
Yeah, once you're in show business, it's phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Totally acceptable.
What the fuck is that guy's name? The doctor.
What's the nigger?
It was Jack Elam. I think is his real name.
What's the line you were going to say? Dislocate what?
No, I was going to say that's what if they were going to make you look like him. The doctor, they announce what they're doing. Now we're going to dislocate his orbital ACL.
We're cutting away at the muscle that holds the eye in place.
That prevents it from just looking to the right.
Distinct cockeyed look.
We're adding gut.
Him and we're also using pictures of Marty Feldman. Remember him?
Marty Feldman.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, seriously, thank God he was as ugly as he was. It made him fucking famous. I'm not saying the guy wasn't talented or funny, but I mean those fucking goofy eyes and all that shit.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have went as far, right?
No,
you know, folks.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so, folks.
That's what I'm throwing out there. If you guys are on.
Yeah, if you just want to keep this, you know, I love this topic is just slowly dying.
It doesn't matter though because the show's fucking over.
We're all starting to have that slow look of panic in our eyes, like Jesus, Anthony, you got anything?
Not a goddamn thing. I got one thing though. I know I'm going to be at the Borgata on January 16th.
Yay!
I am absolutely going, and I am going to see probably the comic show of the decade.
It is a great show.
Let's say the decade right now.
I can't see tonight and tomorrow.
The new decade, because it'll be a brand new one starting up.
Can I plug my show?
No.
Yeah, thanks.
Please do, please.
Going on January 16th at the Tropicana.
It's not next week, but we're off next week, I think, probably because of the holiday, but every Tuesday at the Ace of Clubs at 9 Great Jones Street in New York City, I co-host a show called Righteous Kill, 8:30 p.m. Please come down. It's always fun.
Righteous Kill.
Great ass. Yeah. Come to the show. Nice. Going to be a good fucking show.
Success. Worst death line ever.
What's it?
When Pacino was dying at the end of Righteous Kill, he goes to De Niro, continued success.
And then just
worst line ever.
Horrible.
That movie was a real disappointment.
What about the one I showed you last night on YouTube? Shark Attack 3, famous line.
Oh, it was a classic. That was great.
Famous line from
a real line.
I got this thing.
Doesn't have to be a famous movie for a famous line.
Just a horrific. I just got this segment on my podcast where I just started. Do you remember that? It started with that movie Over the Edge. Do you remember that? You must remember that movie. Matt Dillon, one of his first movies. It's about these fucking suburban white kids. They're going crazy. And at one point, somehow the parents and the cops, they all have this. They have a meeting in the cafeteria about their out of control kids, and they're all yelling at each other. Meanwhile, the kids sneak to the school. They lock them in the room and start vandalizing the school. So the cop runs to the locked door and he's looking out the window. This fucking 6'2" lummox-looking woman student runs by with a giant globe for some reason, stops and looks at the cop and goes, "Eat it, you stinking pig." One of the worst lines I've ever heard. It's so bad, I loved it. And I didn't realize that there was worse lines in movies, and people have been sending me these things. And there's this movie called Shark Attack 3, and just at one point in the movie, the guy just goes, "All right, kids, I'll see you in the morning." And then the dude's talking to the hot chick. He goes, "Yeah, I'm feeling a little tense." She goes, "Oh, yeah, how can you lose your tenseness?" He goes, "I could lose it after I eat your pussy." Just out of nowhere. That isn't the exact line, but it's just completely out of nowhere. It's like, what?
I hate to disagree, Bill, but I would put that as one of the greatest lines.
Well, it's a famous line. It's a famous line in horrific movies. They got all those. I got them up on the MMPodcast.com. Somebody sent me a movie trailer of this movie called The Car. And it's basically a car possessed by the devil. That's the premise of the whole. Yeah, it's the complete ripoff of that, and it's absolutely horrific.
It looks like it came out before Christine, though. It looks older than Christine.
It just looks that way.
It looks like it was made before they understood how to make a good movie.
Maybe Stephen King lifted Christine from the car.
No, he's up there in Maine. He's up there doing his own devices. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch TV. All right, do we have to get out of here?
We do. We're done,
yeah. That was great. We sort of petered out.
That's okay.
I like Jimmy's his test pilot jacket.
Oh, thank you. This is a good warm one.
That's good.
It's a very nice one.
Pilot to Bombardier.
Bobby Kelly just bought a jacket that folds up into a pillow.
No, he didn't.
Dude, it literally, when you go to his house,
it's the best.
Dude,
unfolds into a tent.
You go to his house, it's literally like watching QVC.
It's all kinds of
look at this, dude.
Uh-huh.
He's trying it on and shit. You like this, dude?
Dude, and now look, it becomes a pillow. You're on the plane. Boom, you're laying down.
How you doing? Shop for image, dude.
The jacket is literally this thick. And I go, Bobby, I go, is that warm at all? He goes, it's the fucking warmest jacket I've ever owned, bro.
Of course. It's some kind of fucking futuristic space jacket.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, it's the fucking warmest jacket I ever owned, dude.
Maybe if I light it on fire, you fuck.
Yeah. Dude, look at these forks I bought, dude. They have fucking little pockets on them. You can hide shit in the fucking pocket that hangs off of the fork while you eat. It's fucking amazing, dude. Best fucking
yeah.
forks I ever brought, dude.
Bobby Kelly has made $4 million in this business, and he's blown it on fold-up bicycles, ponchos,
fishing tackle.
Yeah. He's a gadget idiot.
He loves that shit.
Yeah. Dude, look at these. They're energy rocks. You put them, they would look like earrings.
Really?
You're a fool.
You need them, dude. Believe me. Beforehand, it felt like shit. Now it just feels
Boom.
great.
Put them on your chest. You relax. You fall asleep. Boom. Good dreams.
Dude,